Y'all, I have found the love of my life, and I am head over heels. When I was 27 years old, I was living in Southern California at the time, and I came home to St. Louis to bring my kids for the summer, and my mother said to me, "Why don't you go to your sister's rehearsal?" I guess since she figured I was living in Hollywood and I knew all things Hollywood. "Go to their model rehearsal and make sure it's legit." I said, "Okay, no problem, I'll go pick them up." As I'm walking down the hall, I hear this heavy, Barry White tone voice say, "One more time." And I'm thinking to myself, Hoppo, who is this man? I walk down to the hall and I'm standing in the door patiently waiting for rehearsal to end, and I hear the voice again say, "One more time." By this time, I done caught the man with the voice. And I'm like, Hoppo, who is this man? For the third time, I hear this voice say, "One more time." Now, rehearsal was supposed to be over. I'm only here visiting. I got people to see, things to do, places to go. I told my two baby sisters, because I'm the oldest of four girls, y'all belong to me. Let's wrap this up. It ain't no one more time. To make a long story short, he and I exchanged numbers. He invited me back to the rehearsal space, and y'all, he was fine, so you know I went, right? There were two peculiar things that he did, though. The first thing he asked me was, "Can I play a song for you?" And I'm thinking, okay. And he plays Drew Hill, "Beauty," I didn't say I can sing, "is her name." By the time the song ended, I had tiptoed so far back behind this big pillar, and now I'm looking out like, Hoppo, who is this man? And the second thing he did, he said to me, "If your mind is right, you could be my wife." And I'm thinking to myself, honey, I am 27 years old, a mother of two. My mind is correct. Little did I know that I was about to go on a 6.5-year mental journey. I told my best friend as he moved to California with me, "Girl, he's so mental. Everything is so, we gotta think. Everything is so deep." There were yellow and red flags all over the place. But because I wanted to love this man, because he was fine, y'all. He was tall, he was handsome, I loved his voice. He had nice hands, beautiful smile, and the only thing I wanted to do was love this man. In that 6.5 years, you all, we were homeless. I had my first car that I got for myself at the Riverside Credit Union, my white four-door Mitsubishi Mirage, honey. And I found myself sitting in that car, and that Drew Hill song turned into Mary J. Blige's "No More Drama in My Life." I didn't say I could sing. But what I knew was that something had to be different. We moved back home to St. Louis, and in that 6.5 years, y'all, we was married for one. We moved back home to St. Louis, and we got a divorce. My car got repossessed, and he went his way, and I went mine. 10 years of not being with this man. We did not see each other. We probably ran into each other over that course of 10 years, maybe 4 times. We were legally divorced. I was living my life, and he was living his. So now, that 27-year-old woman who is now 45 years old, and now I'm a media personality, and I'm at work, I'm at a nightclub, doing my thing, hyping up the crowd. Lo and behold, who do I see? Mr. One More Time, AKA my ex-husband. And he was still fine, y'all. I found myself working my way through the crowd, and I tiptoed behind him, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and to his surprise, "Hello." He turns around and says, "Hello." Next thing I know, y'all, it was going down in the DM. Going down in the DM. I get a message from him that says, "Can I have just 2 hours of your time?" He was still fine, so y'all know I went. This time, he gives me the address, and I pull up to a house that he had just purchased. A little nice car sitting in the driveway, house sitting on a hill. I'm like, okay, brother done got himself together, all right. We have a conversation about all that we had gone through over that course of 6.5 years being together. We had a conversation about how we did our self-work over that 10.5 years of us being apart. And I had been on my self-work journey for a long time, but I knew that I had did my self-work. Guess what, y'all? 2.5 years later, we got married again. Yes, I married the same man twice. But this time, the yellow and red flags were showing up again. This time, yeah, motherfucker was like, woohoo! Insecurity here. Woohoo! I still don't support your hopes, dreams, and wishes. Yoo-hoo! Plain old mind fuckery was in the building. And what I knew is that I did not want to repeat chapter 27. I was done with chapter 27. That 27-year-old woman who is now a 45-year-old woman, who is now a 48-year-old woman, had enough. And so, as I stand before you today, almost turning 50 in 2 weeks, I am divorcing that mister one more time. Because what I had to learn was the person that I needed to be head over heels for, the person that I needed to love more than anything, was me. I did not need Mr. One More Time. I did not need Mr. Barry White voice. What I needed to do was to tap into my work. When I say that I did my self-work, I meant that. So what I had to do was close that chapter, rip that motherfucker up, throw it in the fire, and throw that book away, because, baby, what we're not going to do is go through any mental mind fuckery roller coasters again. I am 50 years old. I don't have that kind of time. I am 50 years old. I got other things to do with my time. And as long as I love me, and as long as I can trust me, and as long as I believe in me, baby, life is going to be good. So I stand before you today and say, if there's someone within yourself that is tapping on you and not telling you that you deserve love, desire love, and that you should demand love, I want you to look her in the mirror and say, Hoppo, who is this woman? Because you deserve any and everything that you want, need, and deserve. Thank you.